All right, so you're going to love this, folks. You ready? I'm going to cue this up. We have Dr. Jude Miller-Burke. She's in our virtual green room, or it might be turning different colors now, I'm not sure. Psychologist and author of The Millionaire Mystique, How Working Women Become Wealthy, and you can too. I mean, there's the key thing. You say, millionaire, you can too. So I imagine, Dr. Burke, you're very popular at holiday parties, are you?
Well, I'm a psychologist, so that doesn't make me too popular. But yes, people are very interested in the topic.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so here's the thing. What you did was you spoke to a whole bunch of people across the board, right? Tell us how you came up with your research for your book and pulled it all together.
I had worked at Honeywell in Minneapolis for 10 years and then United Health Group in Minneapolis for 10 years. And at age 40, later in life, I had pretty much 3 kids, boom, 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 and moved to Paradise Valley, Arizona for my husband's business and met so many people who were from the School of Hard Knocks. They were self-made millionaires, men and women. And over a glass of wine or a cup of coffee, they would tell me about the adversities they had experienced, poverty, child abuse. And I thought, how did they get from this kind of a family upbringing to where they are today? And really believe there was a positive story and a positive message that I needed to get out to people.
So what was the commonality? What was the one thing that you could pick out of all of them? Was it the persistence? What was it?
We had so much statistically significant data, but there were quite a few things that were very important. One of them was in terms of personality type. They were a very conscientious group. And over 75% of them had experienced detours or failures, and they really saw failure as a part of success. They were extroverted as a group, and something we don't talk about very often, but they were comfortable in their own skin. They were comfortable relating to people. They had good interpersonal skills, good written communication skills, and verbal skills. As leaders, they were transformational leaders. They really were very involved in engaging the whole workforce, painting a vision of where they wanted the organization to go, and also really rewarding great effort and guiding those people that weren't coming along as they should. So it's a group of people, I think it was, 75% of them were from middle class, lower middle class, or low-income families. On average, they had 2 adverse childhood events, including death of a sibling, witnessing domestic violence, child abuse. So it's a group that persevered and continued on in spite of detours and failures until they became successful.
Wow. That's awesome. I love those kinds of stories. So now we turn our attention to the holidays, right? And how do you handle the holidays, as someone suggested to me, like a millionaire? And that's interesting because of the commercialization of everything from Hanukkah to Christmas to everything in between. It's so much about the presents. So how does a millionaire handle that, the rituals?
Well, just like the millionaire leader is not necessarily focused on rewards, employees can tell if the leader of an organization has the what's best for the organization, what's best for the employees in mind, because leaders know what's right and they know how to do the right thing. Well, the same is true with the holidays. This is not a group of people that's overly focused on the materialism of the holidays. They are, on average, a more analytical group, which says to me, and I primarily studied women for my book, that they treat the holidays a little bit like a business. So many of these women and men, but 75% of the women were managing work and family. And so they had to be highly organized, they delegated, and they had a very analytical approach to how they managed the family and integrating that with their work life. The same applies to the holidays. They have a support group, and they know who their support group is, and they rely on those people to talk about, what their plans are for the holidays. It's a group of people that knows their values, what's important, because it's so important to think about for you and your family, what is it that makes the holiday for you? Is it cooking together? Is it going to church? Is it going on a ski vacation? What is it that makes the holidays for you? Some people love the holidays, some people hate the holidays, and probably all of us have some ambivalence. But this group as a whole is more analytical, and so they make a plan for the holidays. Discuss that with their partner, their spouse, discuss it with the children, and then they act accordingly. Oftentimes they hire a little bit of help. They hire a high school student to help them run errands, do some wrapping, drop off gifts if that's part of the rituals that they want to do. And this is a very assertive group. On average, over 50% of the women said they were comfortable arguing a point to closure, which is very surprising. And then over 60% of them had been told that they were argumentative by friends and family.
Ooh.
So this is an assertive group of people. So when someone says to them, could you host a holiday party at your house? They're very gracious, but also very comfortable in saying, this is not the best year for me to do that. Or if they've been invited to 5 different holiday gatherings, they're not afraid to say, Johnny's not feeling well, my son's ill, we're not going to make it tonight. So it's a group of women that probably have had to face into how much they want to please others because of balancing work and family already, and then they apply that to the holidays.
So it sounds like, too, not afraid to say, when you're talking about parties and stuff, not afraid to say the word no. Everybody keeps telling us you have to say yes, 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 but that's not necessarily true, is it?
Not true at all. In fact, having a stop doing list is a good thing. And that may be where you want to start this year. Well, I would probably put your values first and really, talk to your family about what are the important rituals that you have and what things you want to do together as a family. But at the same time, make a stop doing list. What are those things that you do every holiday season that really don't give you any nourishment for your soul? They don't give you any internal satisfaction. And make that list and start crossing things off. And anticipate the stress too, not avoid it. If you have 4 kids, for instance, one of them probably will catch something during the holiday season. So you need to think ahead, whether it's the deadlines at work or the holiday concerts at school or the holiday clothes that are needed for those concerts for the kids, and to really plan ahead. And so anticipate that stress and lean into it and not avoid it.
Yeah, I like that. How about, so that kind of goes along with the stress thing, taking your walk, walking the dog, going to exercise classes, trying to sort of stay healthy if possible. That would make a big difference, wouldn't it?
Yes, and that's the bottom line. And I found that with the self-made millionaires, men and women that I studied too, is that they really build their resilience on a day-to-day basis. This is a group of people that have some kind of meditation or mindfulness practice, whether that is walking a dog or running or doing a dance class or meditating, whatever that might be. So they don't let those rituals go during the holidays. They don't let that self-care go. In fact, you may want to decide for yourself tonight to drink less, to eat less, and you may be one of those people that feel better after the holidays because you've used self-discipline and you've maintained your self-care. Whether it's exercising or nutrition, drinking less. Just because it's the holidays doesn't mean you have to let go of taking care of yourself, because that's where it all starts.
Yeah, I love that. And I love what you said too about your friends or people that are close to you that can help you, your support group. Sometimes that support group is, and you probably know this just as well as I do and found this out in your research, it's like it can be a mastermind group, a group that you get together. It can be a business / caring group too, can it?
Very true. And you can get your support, brainstorm gifts, ideas, talk about the stresses you have and feel that support and get that nourishment to go on. Because the holidays go on for quite a while. I mean, it's week after week after week, starting this Thursday with Thanksgiving.
Don't you love it? I love it that everybody says, oh, it's the holiday. There's always sort of a cringe in people's voices, even if they're happy about the holidays. It's a wild thing.
Yes, and the holidays change year to year. I mean, my family, we've gotten along great for years and years, but this year we have some tension, and everybody wanted to fix the tension. And what I've decided to do is let it be whatever it's going to be. Accept my ambivalence and let people get along however they get along. Whoever wants to attend functions can, but you can't control it. You can't make it to be what you have this vision of it to be or what it's been in the past. And so I think to really accept whatever is going to be this year is one thing you can do.
Yeah, great advice. I love it. Dr. Jude Miller-Burke, psychologist, author of The Millionaire Mystique, How Working Women Can Become Wealthy, and You Can Too. How they have become wealthy, and you can too. Thank you, and happy Turkey Day.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you, too. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Bye-bye.